choke's been milled off on the Holly. So there is no choke. It's 29 degrees. Let's see if this thing will start. Oh, this thing actually fired up. I didn't expect that to happen, to be honest with you. You can definitely hear the belt squealing under the hood. One of the main perks about buying this truck when I did, the previous owner had a crate motor put in this thing. It was running great and I couldn't really pass it up at the time. But that's a good thing for us because this small block Chevy has every single thing that we need on it. The alternator, power steering pump, water pump, all the belts, the pulleys, everything that we need. Distributor, plugs, wires, I already replaced all of that stuff. We're gonna take the sniper kit off. Everything is going to work. We're gonna pluck this motor out with all the accessories on it, drop it right into the Camaro, wire it up and go. I'm sure you guys are pretty confused as to what's going on, but you can see that the LS is coming out of the Camaro. Basically, I had a few days to kill. I wanted to let the S10 kind of sit aside, and I needed something to keep myself preoccupied. So I sat back and I said, do I need a Camaro or do I need a plow truck? And obviously you guys can tell the direction that we're going. I stayed up all night to get this done. It was 25 degrees, it was freezing. Thank God one of my buddies showed up to give me a hand with a few things. Lifting this hood off and a few different things I would have never been able to do myself, so thank you very much for the help. Basically guys, this motor really wasn't that bad to pull out. A small block Chevy is generally easy. Once you take the coolant hoses off, you unbolt everything, the transmission, the motor mounts, take the carburetor off, or in this case, the Holley Sniper fuel injection. Once we get the hood off, it was very easy. We just got to lift everything right up. And I will say, guys, I absolutely have the worst engine hoist on the face of this earth. So if you guys have any engine hoists that you think I should check out, maybe drop a comment on that. We definitely need to upgrade. This thing is whooped and it's time for another. I waste no time. I pop the clutch right off. The flywheel and the pressure plate are going to work no problem. But what you have to realize is the transmission that's in the Camaro is a 26 spline input shaft, and our donor vehicle square body with an SM465 3-speed that has a 10 spline input shaft, so you do have to swap over the disc in order for everything to work. But now that we got the clutch figured out, the pressure plate and everything is fully aligned, I zip everything together and torque it fully. Then it's time for me to toss on the bell housing, which mounts right up to this 350. Once I get that on fully and that thing's all torqued, it's time for the clutch pivot ball. This 79 Z28 utilizes a mechanical clutch linkage, but once I get everything figured out and everything's back on that motor, we push the car back in. It is time to drop this 350 in its final resting place. And it goes pretty smooth for the most part. At this point, it's just absolutely freezing. The heat's not doing anything because the door is open. We gotta get this motor dropped in here so we can push the car in fully, shut that door, and have that heat blasting so we can be warm. This garage is so tight, the engine hoist doesn't even fit up front. I had to push the car out, get the engine hoist out, then push the car back in. Everything went together quickly, but now it's time for the star of our show, the infamous mechanical secondary Holley 750 double pumper. I did have a Saginaw 4-speed and that thing was whooped, so I tossed in this Richmond 4-speed. Man, this thing is a huge game changer. This thing's awesome. All the bushings on this car, everything's energy suspension. I did subframe connectors back in the day. We got Caltrax, a regular 8.5 in the rear. The car is stupid clean. I'm glad we finally got something going on this thing. I do have some E-Box progressive lowering springs in the front. That subframe I took all down to bare metal, used an epoxy paint on it. That thing came out nice. Yo, this thing's been sitting a little while. It's all dusty, but that'll all clean right up. Every bushing on this car has been changed, the brake lines, the whole nine. It's just a pretty good car overall. I mean, it's got quirky body stuff, got little dings and dents. The paint's trash, but we got T-tops. I mean, how do you really beat that? This thing, man, I love this car so much. I hope you guys do too. Let me know what you guys think about this thing. I didn't expect that to happen, to be honest with you. You can definitely hear the belt squealing under the hood. Slight little exhaust leak by the collector. What are you gonna do? Man, I am short. I'm like wicked short. So like I said, we're running a Richmond Super T10 Plus. It's kind of like a road race transmission. I got a Hurst Competition Plus shifter on it. I did have to put on a Hurst Indy shifter because the Competition Plus is like directly 90 degrees. So this one has a little bit of a tilt back, but I really want to get a different one. It needs to be a little further back. No gauges except oil pressure. He's charging. I got that. Not bad. Definitely noisy. I do have a hole in the floor. I was trying to put a Mr. Gasket V-gate inline shifter, and I cut the car all up to do it. The shifter ended up hitting the dash and everything, so I decided it wasn't a good idea, but I never patched the floor. But you will see that, you'll see that on the channel. We're definitely going to patch this floor. Definitely some sound deadening. Maybe a dash. That'll be a thing. Guys, she is up and running. This thing's running pretty damn good. It's just a stock 350. It's got a 2.5-inch exhaust, long tube headers. This is it. This is like a high school kid's dream. That's what it was to me. That's why I bought the car. When I was 16, this car was everything that I could want. 350, everything. And then you know how things happen. Stuff gets in the way. This paint's horrible, but you know what? From 20 feet away, this thing looks like $1 million. Taking the crate motor 350 that was in it, swapping it into my old 79 Z28 to get this thing back up and running. And guys, this has been an awesome weekend. It's cold, it's 35 degrees. The whole weekend sucked to do this. My buddy Richard stopped by, he helped me a bunch. There was a few things that I just needed a hand with, and he saved the day with that. So thank you very much for helping me. Guys, I hope you like the Camaro. Look forward to more stuff on this. Smash that subscribe button if you like what you saw. I like the LS stuff, don't get me wrong, but I also like my old school cars too. Thank you for watching the channel, and I will catch you on the next one.